One of the number one reasons why women struggle with dating and relationships today is that they choose men who are not ready for anything real. Ladies, there are lots of great relationship-ready men out here. However, you need to learn how to choose them. I wrote this book to teach you how to do just that. Get your copy of Choose Well, a simple formula to determine the best man for you on Amazon today.
All right. I'm pulling out the driveway. It's 8:32. I'm trying to get into the office here in a reasonable amount of time. I got appointments starting at 9. And one of the most asked questions I get is why I make videos in my car. And it's because I got stuff to do. I got lots and lots and lots of stuff to do. And so this is a perfect opportunity to talk to you all on the phone and drive myself to wherever I need to go. I can get 2 things done at once, and it just makes good sense. It is multitasking at its best. So I put the phone up, I talk while I'm driving, which, if I'm being honest, if someone was sitting here in the car with me, I would be doing anyway. And voila, there you go. Good morning. All right, so I want to talk to the men and the women today a little bit about a woman's anger and her emotions. I want to talk about this very widely spread statistic about 70% of women initiating divorce, because we keep utilizing that statistic to prove that women do not want good relationships, women do not want healthy marriages, women are the problem in a lot of these relationships and marriages. Like, we keep using that one statistic to prove that point somehow. And it really doesn't, because if you're a critical thinker, right, you're not just taking that one statistic and using it to somehow prove that women are the problem, or that, they don't want healthy relationships, they don't know how to stay in good relationships, or, women are the ones ending relationships, and yet they keep saying men can't commit and men are the problem in relationships. Y'all, I've said it before and I will say it again. People are the problem in relationships. If there are 2 people in a relationship, both of them play a part in the relationship problems. Like, we don't need to do this game over and over and over. We don't need to go into the blaming and shaming. We don't need to go into the pointing fingers. There are 2 people in the relationship, and they are both contributing to the problems in the relationship. That's it. Okay? I could end the video right there, and that would be, the epiphany for the day. We do not need to go into victimhood. Okay? We do not need to go into pointing fingers or blaming. 2 breathing, living people are in a relationship, in a dating situation, and both of those people are contributing somehow to the problems in that situation. All right? I'm going to talk a little bit about the woman's side today and how she may be contributing to some of the problems in her relationship. So understand this, that in our culture, in our modern day culture, and this is thousands of years, this is not the last 10 or 15 years, this isn't even the last 20 or 30 or 40 years that you've been alive. This is for thousands of years. Okay, societally, women have been taught that being angry is not okay. It is not a valid emotion. It is not okay. It is actually very unladylike. It's very unladylike to get angry. It's very unladylike to express anger or even a level of frustration. Very unladylike. And so we are culturally programmed that is not an acceptable emotion for women. It is very much an acceptable emotion for men. Men are encouraged to be angry. As a matter of fact, that is the number one emotion that society at large feels most comfortable about men expressing. They do not feel comfortable with men expressing sadness or depression or even anxiety. They don't feel comfortable with men crying or just even looking like they're going to cry. our society, as a whole, it has programmed us to say, okay, a man's primary emotion is anger. A woman's primary emotion is to be sad, and or to be happy. And that's actually what society. That's what makes a lot of women, especially feminist women, angry. Is this idea of a man telling a woman to smile, or a man being uncomfortable with any emotion from a woman other than happiness, other than joy, right? So a lot of feminist women, I for a long time, and I'm not feminist, but I for a long time felt frustrated by that, because I am very, very comfortable with anger. Very comfortable. Anger is a very comfortable emotion for me. I feel very comfortable expressing frustration, expressing anger, expressing confusion, expressing all of my emotions. But I feel very comfortable. I am very comfortable being the B word. Okay? I feel very comfortable being assertive and direct. That's just in me. But a lot of women don't, and so they're gonna act out in other ways other than being angry. They're gonna do the whole nice nasty. So women have invented the nice nasty because society tells us it's not okay to be angry. But anyway, so men, sure, they can be angry, they can be frustrated, right? They can express a lot of negative emotions, and that's okay. But women, no. And so if we're walking around with the resting bee face on, men will tell us to smile, and you'll look so much better if you smile, you'll be so much prettier if you smile. And a lot of women do feel a way about that. And for a long time I did. And now, if anything, I will just, I'll make an exasperated look, or I'll laugh. I'll laugh, that exasperated laugh. Like, that's what I'll do when men say that. But again, I get it. I get it because, again, society says that women who express any emotion other than happiness, other than joy, makes people uncomfortable. It just makes people uncomfortable. If a woman is sad and crying, if a woman is angry, if a woman is frustrated, it makes people uncomfortable. So, but I specialize in that. So, well, no, I specialize in making people uncomfortable. So, yes, women are very much capable of being angry. And I would even go as far as to say, for a long time, we love to paint women like they are just this, these cherubs, these angelic, pure, good creatures. No, you do not want to make a woman mad. There's a saying that says, hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. And that is facts. The last thing you want to do is really piss off a woman. Like, you're going to see some fire coming at you. And some of it is so sneaky. Some of it is so underhanded and so sneaky, but you're going to get it. Like, you gonna get yours. You're going to get that comeuppance, okay? So know that. A lot of people they play like, oh, it's a woman. How bad can it be? Oh, it can be bad. It can be bad. So just know that you don't want to piss a woman off, okay? A woman's anger is real. It can be long-lasting. Long-lasting. It is real. It can be ruthless. It can be ruthless, y'all. That's why when they talk about how, life would be so much better if you got rid of all men and, life would be so peaceful. No, it wouldn't. No, it wouldn't. I don't know why they tell that lie. No, it would not. Life would be anything but peaceful. Because think about it. You got all these women. You got all these hormonal cycles. So that's the first reason why. A woman's hormones plays a huge part in her emotions. Thank you so much, Scarlett, for buying a badge. Thank you. Okay, her hormones play a huge part in her emotions. Good and bad. So her good and bad emotions, a lot of them are driven by her hormonal cycles. So if those hormonal cycles are at work, at play, they doing what they do, you're going to get a whole lot of different emotions in a short period of time. So that's the difference. Men have 30 times more testosterone than women, and that does fuel their aggression. There are some men who are they have more testosterone than the average man. right? Especially men who are actively working out, building muscle. Some men just have higher testosterone levels than others. And yes, those men can be prone to being more aggressive, you know. Um, but let's not discount a woman's anger. Okay, let's not discount and make it seem like women are just so docile and just so all they gonna do is cry. No, they ain't. No, they not. No, they not. I didn't. I got get back. I got get back quite a bit. So I'm not built like that. I'm gonna get my get back. And like I said, a woman's get back it's worse. It's worse than a man's, right? Because to me, a man's get back is like in that moment and it's over. It's like a quick sting. Nah, she gonna get you and then she gonna insert some venom. And that venom over time is gonna destroy you. That's the difference. That's what they don't tell you. Is that y'all playing like these women are so soft and sweet and genteel and all. No, they not. No, they not. Okay. But ladies, one of the things that I work with women on quite a bit is I use the DBT therapy. And we've talked about the DBT therapy where you have to learn how to take those emotions and those feelings, but you also have to learn how to access logic and reasoning. So you should not be making decisions out of your emotional mind. That's very dangerous. Okay. And that's what a lot of women do. A lot of women make decisions. They make like permanent decisions out of their emotional mind. They are all emotions. They're not accessing any logic. They're not accessing any reason or rationale. They're just, a feeling is coming up. So that's how women are wired. A feeling comes up in us. Good morning. And to us, it's real. And how about this? In the moment, to us, it's everything. Like in the moment, that feeling that we have is everything. It's all the information that we need. And that's dangerous. Ladies, you need to mature. You need to grow up to a place where you can access your logic and reasoning. You can marry those two things together. You can pause. That's a huge one. I tell so many women, just pause. Just pause. Just count 20, 19, 18, 17. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 4 is, just do multiplication tables. 1 times 2 is 2. Yeah, right? I suck at math. But do something. Do something to activate that prefrontal cortex. Do something to get out of that amygdala, right? So all these parts of your brain, the amygdala, the hippocampus, that prefrontal cortex, like we have to learn how to access all the parts. The amygdala is the most fired up part of our brain. That is where the seat of emotions is. That's where we are, like I said, it's like quick, fast, and in a hurry. Someone says or does something, we react, okay? We react. And when we are reacting, we are in our emotional mind. We're not accessing the prefrontal cortex. We're not pausing. We haven't practiced how to pause, how to just take in what was said. We react. And that's a lot of women. We react, we get all riled up, and we say and do things based on in that moment. And a lot of those things we say and do have long-term effects. And that don't hit you until later. That's when your logic kick in. Like, oh, I said that. Oh, I did that. Oh, okay. Probably shouldn't have did that. But there should come a point in time in every woman's life where you grow up and you learn how to manage your anger. And you guess what? You have every right to your anger. I regularly express anger. Y'all have seen me on here just go clean off. Like, I just be mad. I just be pissed. I go clean off. I get frustrated. Y'all have seen me on my videos get frustrated. And y'all are like, man, you turned up. You upset. You mad. They got you upset. Yeah. I am anger is a bedfellow of mine. I am very comfortable going to bed with anger, sleeping with anger, getting up with anger. I'm very comfortable. There's no part of me that's like, oh, I can't get angry. I can't express. No, I'm going to express anger. I'll express a lot of other emotions, but I'm not wired like that. But here's the difference. In my angry state, in my frustrated state, I still can access my wise mind. I still can access my logic and my reasoning. I still can act in such a way so as not to like blow up my life, blow up my relationship. Listen, y'all, let me be 100% real. When my marriage was ending, I took an entire year, a whole year. Okay, 12 months. I knew my husband was out in the street doing what he was doing. Right? And it wasn't the first time. It was many times. I had addressed it many times. We had sought help from the pastor. We had sought help from 2 counselors. Like I said, I knew what was going on. But you know what I said? I'm not going to react. I'm going to take time to respond to this. I'm also going to take time to make sure I got myself together. Like I got myself together. I accessed my logical mind in that entire year. I was like, okay. And then what's the logistics? What is this going to look like? How is this going to work? What's going to happen afterwards? Who do you need? Like I took a whole year. I see women blow up their marriage in 20 minutes. Like if my marriage is going in, it's because I'm in my wise mind. It's not just about how I feel. It's not just about how I feel about what he's doing. It's not just about the emotions behind being betrayed, being made to look stupid and all of that. No, I'm actually going to access my logic. I'm going to take my time, access my logic, think things through, make a plan, tuck a little money away. I'm going to do all of that. 12 whole months. I was also gathering more evidence. That was another thing I was doing. I was gathering evidence because I was like, yeah, I'm not going to go off half-cocked. If I have to pull that trigger, number one, is permanent. I'm not going back, and I didn't. Like, I'm not going back. If I pull that trigger, that's it. It's over. And number two, I want to make sure that I'm not hurting myself in the midst of pulling this trigger, that the bullet is going out. It's going that way. The gun ain't blowing up on me. It's going that way. Many more women need to learn how to do that. They need to learn how to access that wise mind. They need to sit down. They need to take a nap. They need to get something to eat, have a drink, have a cup of coffee. Like seriously, have some tea. Too many women are going off half-cocked. Too many women are reacting instead of responding. It's like y'all cannot access that logical part of your brain. But that is the most important thing. You have to be willing to access that logical part of your brain. It has to, so not only does it have to feel a way, it has to make sense. And I always tell people that. I've been talking about wise mind forever. That if we like a person, okay, it feels good. Something about this feels good. Something about this connection just feels so good. Does it make sense? Okay, like that's it. Does it make sense? Because guess what? You can have a feel-good connection with someone who's a pedophile. You can have a feel-good connection with someone who spent the last 10 years in prison for killing or maiming someone. That don't make sense. Okay? That don't make sense. And it's like, oh, yeah, I hate saying this. I really do, but I gotta tell the truth. I gotta tell the truth. And as a woman, like sometimes I hate saying some core truths about women because I am one, but it's the truth. It's like some women, y'all live so deep in that emotional mind, so deep in your feelings that you ain't got sense God gave a monkey. Like you have no logical, rational, reasonable sense. And you will make decisions from that emotional place, from that place of just, going off half-cocked, reacting instead of responding. You will throw away your marriage. I've seen too many women do it. Throw away your marriage, throw away your husband, only to go out here and be like, oh, it kind of sucks out here. Yeah. And guess what? I got to be in the session. I got to be the voice of reason. I got to be the voice of reason, right? I got to continue to pour reasoning in you. And they continue to come back with how it feels and this and that and these emotions and I can't control them and this feels so bad. Okay. And you know what? Here's what I know about emotions. They're like waves. They're going to get high and then they're going to get lower and then they're going to come in and then they're going to go out. So what you feel right now, you may not feel later. What you feel today, you may not feel tomorrow. Okay? So that's it. And you should at some point in your life be in your logical mind and know that. Like I know that, right? Stuff will happen. I'll feel a way. I'm like, damn, that don't feel good. But then I'll sleep on it or I'll sit with myself and go, okay, logically, and I'll even write it. That's what make it plain. That's what make it clean, plain, easy. I sit down and write, okay, does this make sense? This is how I feel. Does this make sense? Now, I have been in situations where it did. like what I was feeling and what made sense lined up. It lined up, yeah. I'm feeling this betrayal. I'm feeling this person, going off and doing something with somebody else. And then when I lined up the facts and the logic, yep, it made sense. It all came together. But sometimes what you feel, again, in this moment, you have other things to refute that. So women who tell me, I don't think he really loves me. I don't think he really cares about me. And then we start writing down logical facts. We start writing down what's happened, what we know, what we see. And then she'll go, oh, okay, maybe, yeah, that does sound like a person that cares about another person. That why would he do all that? Exactly. So yeah, that's all I want you to do. That's all I want you to do is be able to access your logical, rational mind. Things will go a lot different when you do that. Okay? Emotions are good passengers, poor drivers. Exactly. And here's the thing, fellas. Now, this is something I have to say. The goal is wise mind. Men, on the other hand, you all are pure logic, pure facts. And we can't live in that state either. You miss things. You miss things that intuitively feelings and emotions could actually tell you. Honestly, if I'm being honest, that's a lot of reason why men end up with women as cheaters, because you're not relying on your intuition or your instinct. You're relying on just logical, factual. Okay, it looks like this, it looks like that. But instinctually, you can feel when a woman is not good for you. You can feel when a woman, is not going to be loyal. But see, you all discredit that. You discount your feelings or your emotions or your instinct, just your gut instinct. So we're not going to go there. We're not going to, make this about women and their crazy emotions. No, we need both. We need both. You need to access both sides of your mind. You need to be in your logical, rational mind. You need to be in your emotions, feeling mind. Wise mind says we integrate both. Okay? So just like I'm telling women, integrate more of your logic, I'm going to tell men, integrate more of your emotion. Integrate more of your gut instinct, because that's how y'all be missing stuff. Logically, you feel like, oh, she got this. I'm attracted to her. Done. Bam. But instinctually, you can feel when a woman is not good for you. You can feel when a woman is cheating. You can feel when a woman is disloyal. You can feel when her flirtation is more than just, you can feel it. But see, y'all discredit that. You turn that side of yourself off. So I just wanted to educate men and women today on this and encourage women to get into more of their logical, rational mind. What helps me is to write. When I sit down and say, this relationship doesn't feel good anymore. I don't feel loved. I don't feel cared for. I don't feel cherished. I don't feel heard or seen. Then I sit down with a piece of paper and I start writing. Everything that person has said, everything that person has done. That's the most important thing. Not just what they said, but I actually write down everything they've done or everything that's actually happened. And then I put the two together And I'm like, I see some patterns here. There are some patterns that support how I'm feeling. And then there's some patterns that don't support how I'm feeling. And then I make a decision. But I am not a woman to go off half-cocked. I am not a woman that's reactive. And look, I've been on too many red pill podcasts, too many male-led podcasts. Yeah, and they all say the same thing. Like, who is this? Like, who is this person? Who is this woman? Like, she is not getting triggered. She is not like, yeah, it's a whole thing. So, all right, my clients are here. Have a great day. Thank you so much. And as always, stay open to love.